Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Eric. And thank you, Eric, for coming all the way down. You're in San Francisco, all the way.
Yeah.
Different time zone. I know you're jet lagged. I'm also coming down all the way from San Francisco, and I'm really happy to have this conversation, fireside chat. It's super warm here, very hot. Chris, I think you mentioned as well, this session is also live video streamed and audio streamed to many folks from the West Coast to East Coast. We want to welcome also our folks on the camera. Hi all, who are joining us via the web. So it's all web streamed, and the session is going to be throughout the day. It's going to be available on the Scale Matrix website as well. So glad to be here. I'm CEO of Nexenta. Maybe I should move the next slide. This is who we are, the orange guys. But before starting talking about Nexenta, just recap what Eric and Chris talked about. And before that, I would like to ask you a quick question. How many of you in the room, this is important, are in line of business? Non-IT people, line of business, business people? About 5 people. And how many of you are in IT, in technology? Great. And the rest of the 250 people are just showed up? All right. We should make sure we charge them for valet. Exactly. So glad to have you here. First of all, it's super impressive. Thank you for Scale Matrix, to Mark Ortenzi, Chris Orlando and team to welcoming us here. There are a lot of tech vendors here, I know, from the East Coast, West Coast, some of the logos you see around here, and vendors sponsoring this event. We want to thank them, obviously. We, as Nexenta, being one. Going back to Eric's discussion around software defined, just was at JP Morgan conference, tech conference in San Francisco yesterday, and when they got up there, we had the CEO, Jamie Dimon, joined us from New York. And he had one slide, and first slide said, everything is going to cloud. And he said, as a bank, we are not any longer a bank, we are a cloud business. Everything we do is now all about technology, not for technology's sake, but technology for better customer service. And the only way we can deliver this as a company is through the cloud. This is a $150 billion company with 300,000 employees. So to do cloud, you just don't have to be a big company or small company. You just have to run a business, and you have to give a better service. And the only way to do that today is with these new type of cloud technologies. And building your own data center, maintaining that data center is now the old school. That is the reason what Scale Matrix does, and companies like Scale Matrix do, is super, super important for the business and for our economy, to be frank. I'm red-eyeing from here tonight to Detroit. We're meeting with GM, Ford, and Chrysler. All 3 companies are going through transformation and removing their data centers they built in the last 45 years. They have to go to a public cloud service, yes, with some of the technology they purchased in the past, but they have to partner with